teams are fighting, I wouldn't be surprised with almost anything.
Now, this is actually a style that really, a map that lends well to Faze's style, right? If they do run that Genji Tracer, I think it's going to be very potent, especially for Shadowburn. I mean, he knows how to abuse a lot of the different angles that you can get, especially on point A and on point B.
Is he going to run it, though? I mean,
I hope so.
If you're FaZe Clan, after seeing how as far as good, I'm not denying that at all, but seeing how it didn't work, let's just say that. It didn't work against Selfless. Are they just going to keep him on the Genji? There's always potential for, you know, a couple different heroes when it comes to these assault maps, and Hanamura is going to be no different, where there's always that potential for a Sombra play. But yeah. Carpe, I don't know. I think his soldier was just like top notch in that initial Nabani and even into some of the maps of Oasis. So it was refreshing to see, but maybe we're seeing him not fully adapted, you know, maybe jet lag or maybe the long day has gotten to him, because some of those shots should have, I mean, on any other day would have hit.
Yeah, the thing is, like, McCree's already really vulnerable to dive, and teams have been trying to make it work. Some people theorize it was kind of like maybe possibly the counter, but it never really worked out. There's just too much pressure applied to him. So I like that he's not going for it again. He's going for Soldier 76. It's going to be Faze starting off on the defensive end, and it's going to be the solo support. Joe Meister is on that Lucio. Rocket's picking up the Sombra now. We've got Louis on Roadhog.
Well, we've seen this strategy used yesterday. A little bit of a different comp this time, though. They use a Sombra, hold aggressive. Shadowburn is looking for some early damage, and with that pick and that hook on a Michael, it allows FaZe Clan to have that meta advantage that they're looking for to take this fight. But they're actually losing on quite a few people. They've lost Joe. They've lost the mech on Spree. Spree's gone down now, and this comp just might not have worked for him. The EP has come in. Honestly, I don't even know if it hit a single person because people, I think, were outside the room.
Oh, Ruckus goes down there, but I couldn't see if the pack was still hacked there. They do have one. They could try and heal up and get him ever closer. There we go. They got a hacked one there. So they will be able to build up Ruckus's ultimate a little bit quicker, but they got to hurry up. Selfless, they know that they have the timing, right? They were able to get those staggered kills, so they just full force push on in. Sinatra gets the first frag onto Fact Fiction.
Well, Louis and Shadowburn are in a decent position to go for the refight, not to mention Louis still looking for these hooks. Michael almost getting caught off there to just skaze by him. I mean, they have 4 people, 5 people on the point, so it's going to be very hard for FaZe Clan to retake this. The EMP is almost ready to go at 90%. Remember, that health pack is hacked up there, which is now giving him his EMP, which they're probably looking for the opportunity to go in. That sound barrier completely mitigated because people lost out from that EMP being used.
Oh, that looked so good for Ruckus. They had 3 members just huddled in the corner. Unfortunately, they broke the LOS. He wasn't able to commit onto those kills. Midnight gets the D-Mech onto Spree, and he gets focused down by Sinatra. Now the blade comes out for Shadowburn, but is it going to be too late? He's already dropped down to 95 HP, has to juke that. Now he gets focused down with the help of Sinatra. Shadowburn will go down, and it looks like Selfless might have just done it. They're going to crack open point A.
This gong is tilting me as you keep hearing when everyone shoots it, it just goes off. I mean, that's just the amount of fire that's been going on inside this, excuse me, this point. Ruckus and Joe Meister have dropped. So has Louis with Carpe getting the kill, which might allow him to push in. They have some good ultimates actually here. This is really dangerous. Spree, he's got his mech, and they're going to want to shove this straight down the throats of FaZe Clan, charging directly on the point.
Ruckus swapped off onto Ana, so there's no Sombra play for them at this point. But Shadowburn got the first kill onto Sinatra. They've got the Transcendence getting used by Michael 3D, but the sound barrier is answered. Both sound barriers coming out now. No frags coming over quite yet, but they are starting to force FaZe Clan off the point.
Oh, Louis trying to go for that 1v1 against Michael, and it looks like he's going to win out of this one. He still has full HP. Michael can't hit the right click, and he will fall, but Carpe's been able to pick up 2 kills. Problem is, no one's been able to actually capture any progress on the point, as Louis is still off the side. He's being such a nuisance. He will fall with Carpe, as a post bomb does miss. And the progress, it's still not coming through.
Here's the self-destruct coming out from Midnight, and it connects, takes out Spree and Shadowburn, and that might have just opened it up for Selfless. It's still getting contested right now, but they're focusing him down. Joe Meister on the point. It's going to be Louis who takes a Helix rocket, and so there's the first tick. Will they be able to get the second? They do, but FaZe are here.
Pulse bomb, Sinatra has it. He's looking for opportunity. They're actually finally now at the same position. Sinatra needs to stay alive. Pulse bomb comes through, catch on the rock, because that's going to be a major healer now down. But I believe he got the nano boost off, but it doesn't seem to matter because Shadowburn has been picked off in the midst of this. Still being contested, but 88.8% has already been built up for Selfless. FaZe Clan are falling 1 by 1. This just might be it.
It might just be it, but still, here come the respawn. Spree able to make it onto the point. We've got the tactical visor getting used by Carpe, but a lot of it got eaten up by that defense matrix. Ruckus will fall. Spree goes dip. And now here is that self-destruct once again coming out from Midnight. Connects onto Louis.
Joe Meister, last one alive. He will drop in 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Put on the board here for Selfless. Fantastic transition from that first point into second. And I think it was Joe Meister, Louis, and Raucus both over-committing in that first point to die too late. And of course, you got to credit to Midnight picking up that double kill with that self-destruct to really crack open that point and finally allowing them to build up that progression. So that Jamerson, that aggressive defense we saw at a Faze Clan worked out the first time. But second, it just caused them to lose too much positioning, too much ground because they lost way too many people in that initial skirmish.
Well, we saw this earlier, just in an opposite way, right? If you don't have the Sombra on first point, swapping it off onto second, it's weird and might not work out. This was the opposite way, right? They start off with the Sombra and then swap off onto Ana, onto point B. And in that way, they didn't have an EMP to try and work with, to try and mitigate the snowball effect that Selfless had pushing onto it. But at this point, it was just sheer brute force coming out from Selfless, just committing onto that point. And they were able to come up with huge frags. But like you had mentioned, by midnight, he ended up getting 3 kills with self-destructs over the course of 2. And so that was a huge heroic play coming out from him.
I mean, normally it's hard to just get one with a self-destruct, but to get 2 in 1 and then to get another one onto Louis. So you got onto like Genji's, you got it onto I think Raucus on one of them, and then onto Tracers. Like that's not easy to do at all. That's in good position and maybe some missteps at a Faze Clan has cost them that first point or that second point. There's still so much time here on the board out of Selfless. I'm getting worried for Faze Clan here. Like, oh wait, Nabani didn't look good at all for them. They were finally able to bounce back onto Oasis, but where's that momentum switch from the second map to the third? Where's it gone?
Now, Sinatra, it looks like he is going to be sticking with this Sombra. So they've got the double support Sombra. So they got a lot of sustain on the side of Selfless. And, you know, we've seen Sinatra's aim before. We've seen the frantic aim when he's under pressure with the Tracer before. If he can replicate that on this Sombra, he's going to get his ultimate so quickly. Now, Faze Clan, out the gates. They've pushed out with that same composition once again. Now, the interesting thing is that Raucus is once again going to be on that Ana for the attack.
All right, so I mean, obviously they're trying to power up Shadowburn a little bit here, which is very likely. Again, there's a chance to hit a Sleep Dart on Sinatra. If Emon gets too aggressive on the Winston, it could allow a Biotic Grenade to come through, actually get an easy kill. The Faze Clan, they're actually kind of split. You can see Louis being left to his own, like Sinatra has been for Selfless. Carpe being dropped to about half HP, but this battle with the bubble is just causing so many problems.
Great Sleep Dart coming out from Raucus and connected onto Sinatra, and he immediately got focused down by Shadowbird. Now Joe Meister with a 2-man right click, taking out Emon and Carpe, and Selfless's defense just cracked like that. It only took them a minute to get this point, as Midnight will get cleaned up.
All right, so first attack, successful for Faze Clan. They also almost have the Nano and the Dragon Blade. Selfless have no defensive ultimates to counter this. Honestly, this could be Faze Clan just whitewashing Selfless on the second point. They have 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. If they combo this correctly, and if Shadowburn can go off, we could be looking at Faze Clan putting up a better time than Selfless.
Yeah,
it's possible.
I still don't like that they swapped off from the Sombra. You build up your ultimate. Why not just try and go for that EMP? We've seen it become the great equalizer time and time again. But now, Sinatra is once again on that Tracer as the high ground has been gotten by. Faze Clan, Louis starts it off, gets the first kill onto Dak.
There's a Nanoblade coming through. Carpe's gonna get the mitigation, at least with the reflect for now. Michael's gonna fall from this. That's 2 kills now for Shadowburn. He's gonna continue to look for more here. Midnight on the Diva is just trying to stall for as long as he can, but problem is he doesn't have a self-destruct. He's not even close to this one. But Tahak is able to get a kill on the Rockets. That's actually really for Selfless to stop this pressure that Faze Clan's applying. They lost their big healer.
Yeah, Shadowburn time and time again coming in to finish off these kills. The Primal Rage is gonna get used by Emon, and during that time, Sinatra falls. Emon was able to get the kill onto Joe Meister. Is that gonna be enough? Getting rid of that Lucio. Self-destruct this time, coming out from Spree, but it's going to be Carpe that has been able to shut down Shadowbird.
Yeah, well done, honestly. Like, they were able to kill, like, honestly, it all goes back to Tahak getting the kill on the Raucus. If Ana did not die there, if Raucus did not fall, they would have had so much healing. Joe Meister would not have died during that Primal Rage, and they would have been able to build up a third of the point, at least. Maybe at most. I don't know. It depends on how that fight was really going, but at least had more progress and had more of a chance of maintaining that. But honestly, Tahak, that was an amazing play.
All right, so they've got the Transcendence. Carpe almost has his Dragon Blade, and Sinatra, of course, I feel like he's always has his Pulse Bomb. There's nothing really to answer. And on the side of Faze, Pulse Bomb came out. It looked like it didn't connect from Sinatra. Now they are starting to push forward. Is Louis, he's got the Pulse Bomb. It connects. It takes out Emon.
I mean, they're going to lose that first man, but Carpe has his blade, so if they're going to commit to this one with no ultimates, they're going to be actually shut down swiftly. But just as quick as I speak out swiftly, Swift strikes Carpe, and Shadowburn picks up that kill, forcing out a trance out of Michael. So they can at least fight this out and look for a kill.
All right, so they are contesting the point not quite getting contested, but Emong will be able to hunt down Shadowburn. Ruckus on the high ground, trying to get some free shots off. Sleep Dart doesn't quite connect, but now he gets jumped on top by Emong once again. He's been doing a fantastic job just finding the threats and focusing them down by himself.
And you can see Ruckus is looking for the bio grenade onto Michael, then the quick shot to finish him off, but the bio missed. So he wasn't able to get the kill to take away that Orb of Discord, which allowed Emong to be so aggressive and to pick up those kills. A little bit of missed up here to Faze. And Selfless now are guaranteed to have the better time bank going into the second round of Hanamur if we do get to it. But at this rate, with how decisive these fights have really been, I'm not sure if FaZe Clan can finish this map.
Yeah, they will have that Nano Blade once again. Shadowburn just got it. Rocket's only 5% away. Pulse Bomb came out from Sinatra. Did not stick this time as the high ground is getting contested by Selfless.
I'm not sure if the Nano Blade's going to be enough. Like, Emong could just knock Shadowburn away with his Primal Rage. Or just save it and then stall with time for the next one, because then Michael should be able to build up a trance or at least get close to it in a long, drawn-out fight on the point. But FaZe Clan with 5 ults, like, this is your chance. Like, this is your opportunity, practically. They're just looking for that one pick. They're looking to just drop someone to really open things up.
Yeah, but every second that they're up here on the high ground is just less and less time for them, as we do have Carpe changing his focus, but the Primal Rage does come out by FaZe. Now, the Sound Barrier is going to be committed. Here's the Dragon Blade coming up from Carpe.
And return Shadow Blade as well. Shadow Blade gets a kill on a Carpe. Looking for the second. Sinatra somehow escapes. Was that a Phantom Slash? Was that a recall? Either way, Sinatra is still alive, being that annoying pest, dancing around, buying a lot of time by making Shadowburn focus onto him and to him only. And Shadowburn finally able to get the kill right as Sinatra did get his pulse bomb up. But the point, it's not even a third of the way captured.
No, they've been doing a really good job of just contesting it the entire time. Now Selfless cleaned up just a little bit. The hack was there trying to contest. Now Carpe will fall to Shadowburn. So, have they gotten the tick yet? I can't quite tell. Sinatra, though, finds a kill on Shadowburn.
He found it off the back of Spree being attached to the post bomb as Shadowburn walked directly into it. But this Transcendence and with the kills they've been able to get, is going to allow them to turn this point around. FaZe Clan will not be able to close this out unless there's a moment of brilliance. And Sinatra, who's going to dislodge him? Shadowburn's already dead. He's just going to be locked up here in the high ground with nothing to stop him. And really, honestly, not many targets to kill because Michael 3D and Emong, they had blood in their eyes and they wanted those kills themselves.
Not many at all. And, you know, I kind of like this. You know, he hasn't been as impactful as he has on Tracer in the past, but it might have just been a last-minute thing. He might be going back to spawn right now to change. We'll see.
Oh, he wants it. He gets it. Carpe shuts down Louis, which is going to buy them another at least 10, 15 seconds of time. You cannot afford to die in those situations if you're Tracer. If Genji, you can, because the respawn will always be there, and you'll be very close to your team to join back in. But now even getting closer to his ultimate, 84%. FaZe Clan, a minute and 50 left to go.
At this point, do you maybe try nano boosting Fact Fiction so he can try and hunt down Carpe and Sinatra, or do you go ahead with that Nano Blade again, Jason?
I think you Nano Blade it. Michael doesn't have Trance. They're going to have Sound Barrier and like 20% for the hack, which you should have your Blade up relatively soon if you're Shadowburn. And he's already able to pick up those 2 or 3 kills. It's just they weren't able to hold on long enough because Ruckus did fall. But the Blades come out, sorry, the Nanos come out to Fact Fiction. He's got his Primal Rage to buy some extra time, but there's no kills coming. That's the problem.
Yeah, Carpe uses that Blade, but he's dropped down low, picks up the health pack, and we have the Sound Barrier coming out from the side of Selfless. We've got the Genji battles going on, but we do have some interruptions as Spree tries to focus him down. He does get healed up. That Bio Nade is there. There we go. Sinatra gets the kill onto Ruckus.
Ruckus peeks for a split second, then the Discord was directly on him. Sinatra and Carpe together in tandem just jumped directly on that man, and he dropped as soon as he peeked that corner. 50 seconds left to go. Selfless going to hold yet again. FaZe Clan are struggling here.
It's struggling is an understatement at this point. They've gotten the 1 tick after 6 minutes or so.
Yep.
You want to at least, you know, walk away with a tick per every other push, but they haven't even been able to accomplish that. Now, Ruckus swaps on over. He used that nano boost in the last fight. He's going to go ahead and pick up Zenyatta here. Hopefully, that Orb of Discord will allow Shadowburn to pick up more kills as Louis jumps into the back, drop down to 26 HP, uses the recall, Pulse Bomb comes out, takes out the hack, and now this might just be it. That's the 2-man advantage. It's still being contested. We have the Transcendence coming out, and Spree connects with that self-destruct onto Emong.
Well, don't forget about Midnight. He has his own self-destruct here, and he's able to pick up so many kills last time. Michael switched over to May to buy a lot of time. Shadowbird barely gets around the corner. As Louis does get the kill in a minute before he gets that resuit back in. Raucous getting the kill on Sinatra. And Michael is just buying some time with the main. Amon coming back in as well. The Hack joining the party yet again. The third of the point has been taken, but Selfless, all they need is 1 or 2 kills. With Jamerson falling, they might just have it. Spree up to the side. It's going to buy a lot of time. But he's not going to be focused down for a while. It's going to be very difficult to get to this man. Raucous is so close to Transcendence.
Yeah, they took out Amon there, and so they're pushing forward. Raucous was able to even get the D-Mech, and now Shadowburn, he's got the Dragon Blade. That's 2 down. He's on the hunt for more, as they will clean up Carpe, but Sinatra's back. He gets the kill onto Rocks, but immediately goes down for his first pulse bomb. It wasn't needed. It was Jamerson that finishes off Michael 3D, but Emong is trying his best to keep it alive, and in the final hour, Faze will be able to get the point. But, I mean, take a look at the time that Selfless have, and take a look at the time that Faze have.
So 4 minutes and 18 seconds to capture a third of the first point.
Yep.
Yup.
They just had such a great push, and Selfless did an amazing job of just, you know, stalling out on the point. I mean, it looked like Faze were just struggling to string together the kills, right? They were able to delay for the longest time were Selfless, and I feel like a lot of it was just back off Diana. Like, she wasn't able to line up the bio-nades that she needed for Selfless, or excuse me, for Faze to try and snowball off of these fights.
Yup. I'm sorry, I just had to go for it there. No, you're right. I mean, Selfless, though, like knowing a third of the point, Carpe could go Widowmaker. Like, they don't even need to do anything standard. They could be super fancy if they want to. And FaZe Clan's going for that aggressive defense. I don't know why. Why do you go for this aggressive defense? Because, like, this means Shadowburn can't really play with you in the front, because if a Tracer gets by you, starts capturing the point, hello, you could lose the map. I don't know if I fully agree with it, but maybe this is a strategy that they're comfortable with to run on Hanamura on this defense. It's just really risky when you only have to lose a third of the point to lose the map.
Yep, so Louis, once again on the high ground here, he just wants to make sure no one gets past him, right? Try to jump through the window or go straight through the door. Now Sinatra, he went for that Sonic Arrow, didn't really spot anything out, and of course, it goes to tried and true Tracer as they immediately check that big health pack room, force them back. But it's going to be Louis. Gets the first frag onto Sinatra.
It's just rough because Shadowburn's like the last bastion of defense for them. If anyone gets by him, then that could be the map taken away. Louis at half HP going to be fine, though. Going to really get the health pack and really give Raucous his EMPs at 83%. He actually has it now because the amount of damage Louis and Fact Fiction are taking. EMP's going to come in. He's looking for that kill against Michael, and who sure as hell will get it.
All right, great play coming out of them so far. And here's the thing. Spree, Fact Fiction, and Shadowburn all so low that they're going to be able to pick up these health packs, and Raucous gets closer and closer to his EMP. He's at 30% already.
Yeah, but Spree just died.
Yeah. And
that's a big man they're going to lose out on. That defense matrix is so big for them. Shadowburn's about to have his blade, and Louis is always that omnipresent roadhog where just that simple hook could come around the corner and catch you off guard. Carpe taking the high ground. There's actually a person on the point. I think that's Sinatra who's forced Shadowburn back. So that 1v1's going to be very crucial.
Yeah, so we do have the tactical visor coming out from Carpe, but it's going to be the Dragon Blade inside of Shadowburn. He hasn't found anything of it quite yet. Midnight has fallen, but finally Shadowburn connects onto Dahak. Gets the dash reset, jumps on top of at Soldier 76. Carpe forced back.
I'm still not sure who the hell was touching the point. They did get a decent amount of progress built up, but either way, we see Sinatra actually back there yet again to try to capture one to sneak that one back. But even with the initial kills that Selfless did get, they weren't able to turn that into a one-sided fight.
Now, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock for Selfless. I mean, still they could just, you know, bank up ultimates. I wish that Sinatra didn't show his hand there and just lurked in the back, because what he really needs to do is just get onto the point and force a few members of FaZe to just draw back. Now Transcendence is going to get used by Michael as they push onto the point. Now Joe Meister with a crucial kill onto Sinatra, but Fact Fiction has gone down.
Yeah, you're not really going to kill Genji there either when he has a health pack to be used, but they use the Transcendence to get themselves onto the point here with a lot of kills coming through. Spree and Raucous are one of us. A few remaining people on the point here. Louis tries to get the hook in. He gets an Amok. He finishes off the kill as well, which is very big for them. He gets boomed off. The hack comes up big. Now just equalizes things in terms of men. And with Spree being de-suited, they have no defense here left on the point, and that third is going to be captured. Selfless gonna take the third map.
You see, that was just a different approach. Beforehand, Selfless just kept running into that mega health pack room, challenging them there, hoping to pick up a kill. Instead, this time they just ran straight through the main gate and forced them to fight on their terms.
I mean, that's what Transcendence gives you. A mobile fighting unit, the MFU, able to push straight through. Like, your whole point is to kill them right before they get there, but how are you gonna kill them when they have a trance? Unless you can instantly burst them down, which all the pressure comes onto Louis. Don't take that one. Don't take that one, Gill.
What do you mean?
The MFU.
Listen, I think it's all about the MFU, okay? We saw the MFU come out here big. I'm going to talk about it.
Well, let's talk about it then.
I would like you to talk about it.
You want me to talk about
Yeah.
it? Well, they were struggling to get out of that section where they had, don't look at me like that, when they had the entire team grouped
Yeah,
up. I'll make this realistic. It'll be a thing. But once the trance was online, it's like, well, you're not going to kill us as we transition from basically right outside of our spawn into the point. Unless Louis hits a hook and kills someone, which he was unable to, I guess, right there. And once they got on the point, they're forced the enemy team to come to them where there's no hacked health packs and they're not set up in these crazy positions to catch them off guard. So
Yeah, as it turns out, Sombra is biggest and best next to those megas, you know, and they just, as soon as you move the fight somewhere else, you don't have nearly as much
that's like
in
the
your
weakness of
in your bank.
Symmetra too, is like if you don't fight around the turrets, then you can't really do much. Once the turrets are gone, once the health packs are gone, then you're useless. Well, not useless, but you know what I mean.
Less useful.
Less useful.
Less
Sounds
useful.
better.
I'll give you that. But yeah, I mean, another. I hate to keep reusing this scrappy situation there, to say the least. Selfless, you know, it took him a couple attempts to get first there on their attack. They were able to snowball it so hard there on second, and which is really a must-have when you're talking about Hanamura.
Well, once again, I'm going to harken back to having that Sombra and then swapping off onto Ana. You lose all of that ultimate charge, and especially with a huge ultimate like EMP. I understand that the battlefield over there on point B is much different, right? It's so huge there, you might not catch everybody, but still, it's a great equalizer to use and make sure that no one snowballs off of it. And I just don't agree with swapping off there.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree with that. Well, good old MFU aside, it was I mean, the closest thing we've seen between these two teams. Of course, we did see it go to map number 5 on Control as well. But we're going to be going to our 4th map, and this is, I think, the first deciding 4th map of the day on stream anyway, as we've had a lot of 2-3-0s, 3-1s.